We went back, and it's grown up quite a bit now. But the runway at Anwa is still there. They blew up the airstrip, blew up the choppers, blew up the ammo dump, uh, hit the main airport at Da Nang, where the base of Da Nang with with the fixed wing, and the whole operation got canceled. And I was out there more of a forward observer, and not really reconning. And we were supposed to stay there and control Operation Rock at that time. I think it was the biggest operation in Vietnam, and it got canceled and left us out there. But with everything getting blown up and weather raining and bad, they couldn't get to us. They wanted to, I think, but we just got left out there. And anytime the enemy can get a small group out there and wipe it out, by the time it gets back on the news and everything else, they wiped out the whole Marine Corps. So that's what they wanted to do. And my men fought. You got to realize, I went on recon, and I had a lot of brand new men. I had 8 out of 13 that never been in a fight, never been in the jungle before. So it was their first time. They did a great job to keep fighting like they did. I hollered and yelled and crawl from position to position, and maybe one reason I got hit as much as I did. But they fought. They really did. Puff the Maggot Dragon, or Spooky, we call it Puff. I mean Spooky. They saved my life, and they were going somewhere else, but they fly only at night. It's that old Gatling gun, World War II cargo plane with all these Gatling gun things on it. And if they fly over Atlanta Stadium, they kick up dirt every square foot for 100 yards. They were going somewhere else and heard I was in trouble and came back and just circled us. And that's the only reason you're talking to me today, because we were out of everything. We had a supply, grenades, rounds, ammunition, everything. And they saved our life. And then the choppers got in right by daylight and picked us up. Long night. We set in on it, like say, on that small tea plantation in the middle of Da Nang, and I cleared a punji pit, got in the bottom of that. I had my radio man, McCormick, dig a foxhole to my left, Freeman in a foxhole to my right. About 50 yards behind me, a bomb had exploded earlier and left a big crater, 2,000-pound hole there, and I put 8 men around the edges of that, thinking to have a good bit of protection. And I had a machine gun back on that side because I thought that might be where they came from. About 12 at night, I thought I heard some enemy movement at the bottom of the hill, and grabbed my shotgun, a Winchester Model 12 pump, and started crawling to the right to see if these men had heard anything. And before I got to them, a grenade came in. It exploded, it hit me in the neck and the shoulder, and like any other brave lieutenant, I jumped back in a bomb crater I'd cleared, the punji pit I'd cleared. It was probably the best position I had the whole time I was over there. I'd never been in a foxhole type thing before. And I used the top of it for a lean-to, and I mean, I had a great position. Cut a little place out of the side, and it was as straight as a concrete wall where they cut, and they carried the dirt off and all, and they booby-trapped the top. But I saw it, we found it as we came in, the chopper had blown up a little bit of the camouflage, and so I cleared it and got the stakes out of the bottom. I had my pack to carry my wife on R&R and everything when I saw her. And they had those things sharpened and to fall into. Cleared all that and got in it and cleared a place about halfway up because it was about 6 feet tall and I couldn't see out. I cleared a little place, put cheek in, my rear end in where I could, about halfway up, could shoot out the top of it, could see. And that probably would save my life because when the enemy had grenades tied around his waist and these NVA and grenades each hand, the pins pulled, and I guess the leader said, you and you go die for Ho Chi Minh tonight, and they coming up, exploding, killing themselves, trying to kill us. And I shot one right in front of me. He fell in the hole with me and went to the bottom, exploded. I was about halfway out. That blew me all the rest of the way out. And I reached back for my shotgun. The arm had been taken off and shotgun blown up and everything. And I tried to get back where I had 8 men behind me, and before I got there, another grenade came in, and Ralph Johnson from Charleston, the only cyclone I had, he jumped on it and covered it with his stomach and blew himself in half to save my life, and Marine with him, and got out of that and tried to get where I had 8 men follow back behind me. Before I got there, another grenade came and it took my legs out from under me. And I lay there, it seemed like hours. I don't know how long it passed, but believe me, I never wanted to live so bad in all my life. If I could just see my men get off that hill, if I could see my bride one more time. And heard some movement behind me. I said, it's over now. As I got closer, I heard something go, Lieutenant, Lieutenant. Recognized the voice, 18-year-old Marine out from Alaska. He's Indian, Rod Hunter. Rod knelt by my feet, was just picking in me off as came up a hill. Bob Lucas from Fort Worth, Texas, later a DI at San Diego and later a policeman in his hometown. But that night, Bob got on the hill and called for choppers, and pilot said he couldn't get there till daylight. Bob said, tell him forget it. So I won't be here at daylight. And pilots reconsidered. At 3 a.m., the first bird landed. Put my 2 dead, 5 wounded in that chopper. As it lifted, the next one landed. The rest of my men grabbed hold. As that bird lifted, about 150 enemy just covered the hill. 5 more minutes, probably nobody got out of there alive.